Well, afternoon
Hello.
for you, huh? Hello, everyone. We will just hang out here until we start seeing some comments. And who do we have on the background for comments? We have Miss Colleen today in the front designing. We have Stacie Hecht from Stacie Hecht, Stacie Rabbit Jewelry Designs, or Stacie Rabbit Designs. Depends on what social media you're on, huh?
Yep.
All right, so today we have Ombre Collection from Jesse James Beads.
Woohoo!
I know, I'm excited. Also, too, we have a couple of extra little mixes to go along with the Ombre Collection because just because it's Ombre Collection doesn't mean that you just use Ombre Collection. Jesse James Beads has a wide variety of beads and components that you can use. And Jesse James Beads sent Stacie and I some gorgeous strands and bead mixes, and we are going to work with those today. Again, we have Miss Colleen on the back end. She will be dropping links, answering questions, and being our wonderful, amazing moderator as always. So I cannot thank Colleen enough and Jesse James Beads along with Stacie. So Stacie, what has been going on with you since our last live?
Well, I was telling you guys just before we got on, today is actually my older son's birthday. He is
Yay!
15, so the time goes super, super fast.
Mhm.
Felt like he was just a little guy a few years ago, and now he's taller than I am.
Ah!
At 5'3", that's not a big challenge to, to overcome.
Well, we celebrated Miss Rain's 5th birthday back on Wednesday, but we actually had the birthday party yesterday. You will see a video in my listings of videos on YouTube showing how to put together the stretch bracelet. Daughter asked if I would make up some bracelet kits for her party favors. So I made up bracelet kits and bath bombs and then used a local cookie designer. She made some amazing cookies, and the girls got to paint. They got to paint on the cookies. So we had that yesterday too.
Very cool.
So, and I have a wide variety of beads, and I think Stacie, I don't know if we have the same ones. I feel like we have different ones.
We haven't talked, so it'll be a surprise.
No. And we haven't talked because it's been a busy week.
It has
Like
been. Yeah.
really busy. And I'm still trying to navigate my way around through what my design's going to be today. And about 5 minutes before I logged on, I had an idea. Well, it was longer than 5 minutes, maybe half an hour, because I did some simple loops. And you know me, simple loops. But I think I got it.
Woohoo!
And yeah, so you were the same too. You said your design just came to you as well, right?
My beads just arrived yesterday, so I, in between birthday festivities, came up with a couple ideas.
Awesome. I don't have chain to finish off what I'm doing, like right at my fingertips. And so I will probably just do the component part of this and then finish things off like I did the last live. I had a blast at our last live.
I did too.
Incredible designs. You are just off the chart. And I know you're going to do some magic again today. And so with that, let's drop down to your mat. Do you want to show your mat?
Sure, let's go for it.
Let's go for it. So I am going to bring your overhead back in. I'm going to solo layout. Oops.
Wrong one.
It
Solo
did
layout,
not,
me.
it did not want to do that one. Solo layout. There you go. All right.
Okay, let's see if we can get this.
I have those chunkamunks to your far left as well.
These ones?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Those are amazing.
Yeah, and where is... Good thing you can only see a small portion of my desk.
You, me both.
Yeah, so what Jen was talking about are these, and these were the ombre glass beads in fire and air. So,
Oh, okay. I have water and earth, so mine will look a little different. Okay,
okay,
perfect.
yeah, because I have like the pink, the brown, and then kind of a bluish gray.
Mm-hmm.
And then what else do I have out? These here are also from the Ombre Collection.
Yeah.
And there were a couple different ones. So these are like a brownish AB coated, and then there's also like a silvery AB coated in here too.
Yes.
And these are
Yes.
called Beach Day.
Nice.
And then I can throw those back in here. This is a color trends bead mix in champagne. So as Jen mentioned,
I
they
love.
also sent us some other beads, and I thought that this went super well
Yes.
with these particular beads. I also have some seed beads here. I grabbed a few in the sort of brownish family and they're size 8s as I was just pulling some stuff together. And then let me see if I can move these. So I did have some other ombre beads that I made stuff out of, and they are better photos on my Instagram if you want to see these in more detail. But this is a 3-strand bracelet that's made with the amethyst trio beads. And these are really cool. There's kind of a faceted one. There's like a 4mm cube. And then I really liked these kind of
those are pretty
rectangle beads. And I just put either some spacers or some seed beads in here. And let me undo this so you can see. I have this on like a 3-strand clasp. But
oh, that's so pretty. Oh, I love it.
Yep. I was super excited that I got this stuff too. So these are some of the mother of pearl spacers. And they also sent me another one, but I haven't thought of where I'm going with these. So the one in my hand is the peachy, and then I also had kind of this teal set that I made into a pair of earrings, as well as this necklace here. And all the stuff on this necklace is part of the Ombre Collection, other than those size 6 seed beads that are in there.
So pretty. I love it.
Yeah, I really like this collection. It's one of my favorites. So was super excited when Sarah obliged us. So Sarah James from Jesse James Beads. I said, this is one of my favorites. We'd love to do this for a live. So let me put this back. So I was thinking about turning these chunkamonks into some earrings. And then I pulled another 3-strand clasp because I don't know. These spoke to me as potentially with some of these being another 3-strand bracelet and some of the seed beads, but that's as far as my brain has gotten. So Lori says those are gorgeous. They really do have a gorgeous collection in this Ombre Collection. A lot of natural stones and shells in here too, which is really cool. So what did you get? I'm dying to see.
What did I get? All right, so let me do this here. Bring in Jen's demo and solo layout Jen's. And I can finally see comments again. I couldn't see comments because I had it set as private for some reason in StreamYard. So Colleen, that was my bad on that one. I did have it weird. It wasn't just some random message. So I want to say hi to everybody here. And of course, we have Miss Lori. Thank you so much for joining. And Cynthia and Fran and Zach. We have Zach in the house too. So thank you guys so much. And Thank you for yes, thank you for joining us. What I have is I have some 18 gauge, some craft wire. This is from Softlex, and this is in the silver plated pewter, so it's not a bright silver. And if I would have been forward thinking a little bit better, I would have realized that I do not have any chain that is like a pewter silver. So I'm going to have to figure out something else off camera. But what I have here is it's a double strand, and this is glass bead set, and this is in Herb Garden. And I already started because I am doing simple loops, and I'm very self-conscious when I'm doing simple loops because I don't know how to do them very well. So I did most of them. So we will do one together. And my imagination for this was to have a necklace, and it could be long with having you join put your closure down here at the bottom.
Oh, cool.
I added large jump rings in between so that you could do this, or you could do a Y shape and make it shorter and have your
kind of a lariat style
up there. Yes. So, Stacie, you're having issues with your necklaces because of your collar. This is good for
that would definitely work.
collar.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. So we will so we're going to do that. We're going to finish that up. We'll finish the wiring. So I still have a whole other strand, which I could very easily make it like that. Can't I? I can, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And not worry about chain on the other side. I might do that, you guys. Okay, so I just thought of that just now. All right, then I have these are 18 karat gold plated posts on stainless steel. And they have, let me get down where you can see, I have some, and then there's loops, and they're closed loops, which is great. So you will either wire wrap or simple loop directly onto that loop, or have a jump ring, whatever you're going to do. I'm not sure where I'm going to use these yet, but I know I'm going to because I have so many incredible beads. Check out this little guy. Is he not the cutest? Let me grab, of course, I have some silver silk right here at arm's length. Look at this little seed bead. It's a seed bead bead.
That's
and
cute.
Isn't that gorgeous?
Yeah.
Let me tell you what it's called exactly. This is a seed bead. This is light blue and gold. It's a beaded bead set. And I think that's just absolutely stunning. Then if you look, there's a nice size hole there. I don't know if I can grab, of course, I have some silver silk right here at arm's length. I might be able, oh my goodness, can I stuff this on some silver silk? I can. Oh, I can't see because I've got my mouse all over the place. I was able to get that on some silver silk. So I might just make a simple bracelet with that.
Yeah, definitely.
Who knows? Then look at this other little seed bead guy. Look at this little pendant. Is that just the cutest thing?
Yeah, I got one of those too. One of the Mayuki Delica beaded charms. Yeah, those are cute too. I thought I would save him for our next live.
Speaking of next live, see, look, you could just put it on some colored silver silk. This is sterling silver, but you could just have this all by itself.
You definitely could.
Yep. Then I have the Chunkamunks too. I'm going over all of my stuff. Look at, well, this is not Chunkamunks, but look at that shimmer. Is that just stunning? Okay, Lori, come on. Is it stunning? Lori is so good about
what strand was that one? I like that.
This one is the latte.
Okay.
Let me get the exact name here. It is latte. It is ombre glass bead set in latte. Yes,
yeah,
and we know Colleen loves it because she loved it when I was...
Definitely nice sparkles in there.
Look at all the sparkle. Lori, do you like it? Oh, she loves it. Good. Okay.
Jen's getting a complex, Lori.
Then we have the Chunkamunks. Mine is water and earth. And so I have like,
really like
blue, which you love the blue.
Uh-huh.
Then kind of a turquoise. Then this one, is like sand. It has like turquoise, but a little bit of brown. It has just a little, I don't know. It's adorable. I love it. I want to just like put it on some stretch cord and have it as a stretch bracelet.
I'm laughing because I honestly thought about doing that with mine. That's the first thing that popped in my head, and then I said, "Nah, I'll do something else." But I've got plenty left. Maybe I'll turn it into a stretch bracelet too.
Yeah, I'm going to do a stretch bracelet.
You totally
Then,
should.
oh my goodness, look at these. Oh, these are amazing. These are Neapolitan, so it has
I
that
got those
brown
too. I thought that
and
was
then like
fun.
a yeah, and then like a tan or beige and then pink. And Jen loves them so much. You know, you can't just have one when you love it, right? Because I have to crack into this one, right? This one's going to go uncracked. So I have a lot to work with today, which leads us to, can I bring us back in,
Yeah,
Stacie?
I'm already
Okay.
working, but sure, let's bring us back in.
Okay. So let's do this. We are going to have another live, aren't we?
Yay! Yeah.
I mean, we do our monthly lives. Oh,
What
there's a question for you.
silver spacer did you use in the amethyst bracelet? I'm gonna grab it. There's 2 in here. Oh, Stacie knocked stuff out.
Oh, let me bring yours back in.
Yeah, let's do that.
Great question.
Okay. So I did 2 things here. I have 2 different spacers, but on these 2, I went with, those are, I believe, a size 8 seed bead. You could probably do 8 or a 6. Either one would be fine. And then I got fancy on this other one. And I don't know if you can even see them because they're like minuscule.
Are they little beads?
They are like the little teeny tiny rondelle spacers.
Oh.
I think they're probably like 3 millimeters across.
Ooh, okay. Perfect.
They look even smaller, and I think this is a 4. So I just put those in between, but you could go with a seed bead too. Probably a 6 or an 8 seed bead, size 6 or 8 seed bead would look great. I believe these are an 8.
Stunning.
They look about the same size. It's been a few weeks, so yeah, that's what I did.
All right. And then you've already got some stuff started there.
I started on earrings because I decided I was going to do some ombre earrings. So just started with some simple loops. I was going to connect the gray to the brown, brown to the orange. And then I like the caged crystals.
Yep, me too.
So I decided, well, I started with this and I decided that was like just too much, even for me. So I decided I like the caged crystal down there better. So that's what I'm
working on. That's so pretty.
So this is just 20 gauge German style wire. So I tend to work with German style for most things.
Mm-hmm.
And I just cut it into some pieces because I knew I was going to need about half a dozen of them. So busy just cutting those up, and I put simple loops on one of them. That's as far as I got, Jen.
Did you know that champagne is one of my favorite bead mixes of all time?
I did not. I like this one too. So
yes.
I'm saving this for our next live, but I got super excited when I saw this morning. I like Sunset Goddess. I haven't opened it, and I'm trying to find a good angle so you guys can see it. But it's all kinds of like corals and pinks and some yellows, and I really, really like it. This is probably my favorite bead mix ever from Jessie James. It's not blue either.
So did you know that that's one of my favorites too?
Yeah.
I was telling Colleen before you joined that I have lots of favorites. I have realized that I have tons of favorites, and
Colleen, I got this resin focal piece, so that's going. Ooh. That's going. We'll be in the Sunset Goddess color theme next time we meet.
Yeah. Oh, and Lori says it screams spring.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. Yeah.
My favorite bracelet is a bracelet that I made using the Goddess collection, and it was like a gem hawks spinoff of something that she did where I had like 18 gauge wire, and the beads that I put on there were 18 gauge, and then I did the wire wrapping thing
Oh,
and
okay.
then just connected it. Yeah, incredible. Gem's like amazing.
She is.
Um, yeah, so let me bring back in my little thing here because I get to work with another one of my favorites. So this color trends the whole collection, I think is just like all of my favorites. Because I think there's a green one, and then isn't there Parisian blue? And that was like
Yeah,
one
I
of my
don't know if that
favorites.
one's still around, but that was another really good one.
I used that in one of the JJB workshops
Yes.
for my project. And so yeah, I love this one too because it has the antique bronze and the antique copper.
Is that Stone Age?
Yes, it is
I like that one
Stone Age.
too.
Yeah. And then I have another one called Crystal Cave. And this one is incredible, amazing. And when I opened it up, I'm like, oh my goodness, look at all these good beads. Oh, and then look at these. Is this not just like the best added bonus
That is
to a
cute.
bead mix? Look at that. That's just stunning. So I'm probably going to do something with these gorgeous top drilled silvers with some of the other little crystals and stuff. And then we have the disco balls in here. I love these. There's probably a technical term for them, but I call them the disco balls.
I do too.
And we have those little Pringle chips and then spacers.
I call them that too.
And then we have these. I love these.
So
yeah, there's a couple other things that I want to bring up that is kind of off topic, but all JJB. I want to also share that today I went onto Instagram because I went to go look to see if you had. My intention was to go on Instagram, go into my messages to see if you had messaged me, and I never made it there. The reason why is when I opened up my Instagram, a JJB sponsored post came up, and then I forgot to go look. So if you messaged me, I'm so sorry. But Beads by the Pound came up.
Oh, they're back.
They're back.
Cool.
At least on Instagram, I saw it. And so this is from October. So I have this. They added a couple of little lanterns, but I love these Beads by the Pound because it's not just beads. Look, you see some tassels, you see some spacers, you see some bead caps.
Some findings in there too sometimes.
There's a toggle. Can
Yeah.
you see that right there? There's a toggle. Then this bead right here, there's a red bead. I'm trying to get a good angle, but it's red and it has that luster finish, and it's just my favorite. So, oh, look, there's some little metal beads, but there's glass beads, there's acrylic beads, there's resin beads, there's all kinds of things. But I get these and I separate them out. Obviously, I haven't got to this one yet. But yeah, so do check those out. So there we go. All right. So what I am going to do is I am going to make this one big necklace. Now, this is how I do my simple loops. Those that are the like veterans and the masters of the craft will laugh at me how I do this. So I have 18 gauge. I grabbed 18 gauge because I wanted it to be nice and sturdy, and I'm using craft wire. Again, this is from Softlex. So this is what I do. Well, I cut this first. And I have to figure out how I'm going to lay these out. Well, I guess I don't have to. I'll just do one. Okay, so here's my bead. And what I do is I make sure I have a good flush cut. That doesn't look like a good flush cut. So let's toss that. Let's make it a good flush cut. There we go. I add my bead first because Jen, I'm really bad about waste really bad. Do I waste? Yes, I waste, but I'm trying to minimize it. So here's another weird fun fact about Jen. When I make my simple loops, the first loop, I always go away from me, but my other loop, I always roll towards me. I know that's weird. I know. But that's the way I've
I
always
had to
done
think
it.
about it. I always rolled towards me. I had to
It's
make a quick loop
natural.
in my head because I couldn't figure out which way I do it. I just do it.
Well, for me, it's more natural to roll this way, but when I'm closing off the other end where it matters, I have to see it. And so rolling it this way, yeah. So that I know that's kind of weird, but
Are you
yeah,
right-handed?
I am.
Okay. Because I know sometimes people who are left-handed, a lot of stuff is different to them.
But I should have been left-handed. My mom, I used to eat with my left when I was little, and my mom would take the fork out of my hand and go, "No, Jennifer, you put it in your right hand and you eat like that." So my natural instinct is to do stuff with my left.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and I wanted bigger loops. So on these, I love these round nose pliers because they have that nice big long handle. These are from Softflex, and the barrels are small, but I'm okay with that. They're not very long, but I'm okay with that. But for this one here, I'm putting it right in the middle. And for me, the middle was easy, and then I didn't have to mark. I usually mark it, but I didn't. So now, but what I do here for this one is I always go towards me. And the reason why is because if I have to adjust, if my loop is not going to close right, I feel like I can adjust it if I can see it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's why I always roll it toward me so I can see what I'm doing.
Okay. All right. Perfect. So that's what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue, and I just have some jump rings. I found these amazing jump rings, and I have no idea where I found them.
I was going to say where.
Yeah, I absolutely love them. These are 7 millimeter, and they're amazing. They are really amazing. Yeah, again, I wish I knew where I got them, but they're pewter. They're not shiny. I have Bead 8 millimeter jump rings that I love. However, though, it's shiny silver, and I was trying to stay in the pewter, with the pewter. And I'm really weird about matching, so these don't match completely. But oh, you know what I need to also make sure I'm doing is having the flower up. See, that flower's upside down. So I need to change that one. This one is too. See, what happens is I just get in a thing, and I don't like opening my jump rings twice. Is that
Twice I
something?
think is okay. I don't like to continuously open and close them because I do think it kind of weakens them, and then they usually end up getting a little bent out of shape.
These are like super duper strong. I thought of just opening up the loop. I wonder if I could just open up the loop. It's easier to do the jump ring. It's easier to do the jump ring because if the jump ring goes awry, it's just a jump ring. If my loop goes awry on my bead, then I'm having to do another simple loop. Okay. And what I mean is that there's little flowers on here, and so there's actually a top and a bottom. And I have to remember that when I'm doing the other side too. Because when I'm doing the other side, I'm going to want to have the top and the bottom. So there we go there. If you guys missed it earlier, Stacie and I, we have so many beads that we're going to do this again on April 11th at 11 o'clock. It's a Friday morning, and it's 11 o'clock my time. I'm Pacific time.
So it'll be my afternoon.
It'll be your afternoon. I do that because then I can take my lunch hour, and then I spend my lunch hour with you guys. And I love spending my lunch hour with you guys. It's incredible. All right. So I am going to continue doing this and going all the way around. Maybe what I'll do is I'll just put my lobster clasp on this one here. And I'll just show you. There's no way I'm going to get this done in time because it takes me like an hour and a half to do one simple loop.
Oh no.
It's okay. It's okay. At least so far, I haven't had to redo any. So then what you can do is you can either, and I'd already tested out the lobster clasp. Always test out your lobster clasp first. So you can either do it like that and have the one dangle, right? Or if you're wearing something that has a weird collar and you need to have it go around your neck a little, then you have a nice little Y shape. Tina made it. Hi, Tina. And Cindy's here. Oh my gosh, thank you. I haven't been watching comments, so I apologize. Yeah, so that's what we're going to do. I'm going to go all the way around and go from there. How's that sound? And then we will jump back over to Stacie's because I can already tell now that this one bead I did upside down because this other side, so this side, the beads, so you see how it's right there? The flower top is right here. So I messed up again. So I will do that, but I don't know what color I'm going to end up with. And so we are going to jump back over to Stacie. Okay. I'm sure she's got something, and I probably might get done with this before the end.
An earring and a half.
An earring and a half. Yes.
So here,
oh my goodness.
Here's the earring. Might be actually easier to see it down there. Yeah, but I made it so it was movable. I wanted it to have some motion to it. So I can kind of take you through what I did. And since Jen did her demo on simple loops, I guess I could have showed you. I don't do mine terribly differently. So I just put simple loops on both sides. And I always use German style wire. It's just my preference. And this is just like a silver plated copper wire. So all I need to do is assemble this. And so I just need to open these. And so grab it with my chain nose pliers. Helps if you grab the right side. And just to open that. And then I put the gray at the top. So I just twist them away from me, just like a jump ring. Does not want to move out of my way. Move. Okay. And then go back and close that, which I didn't do as good of a job as I would like. This is always what happens when you're live. It's like, oh, look, it's not working exactly how I would have liked. So let's see. It's still a little open. So again, I just twist them away. To open, pop them on, and then just twist it closed. Make sure you know what matches up. There we go. And then I made one of these loops a little bit bigger. That one's bigger. Because I want to be able to have the little caged crystal move around. The other one I made a little too small and regretted it. So let me just put this one on. So this is what we've got. And then I'm just going to grab on to one of these little parts of the square and pop that in my simple loop. Here's the open side. And see how I did the other one. Make sure I do it the same. So I'm just sliding it in onto here like a charm.
I love those cage beads.
I do too.
And
some of the massive ones.
Yes, I was just going to say. So I have I just commented. How did I just comment? Uh-oh. Maybe that was Colleen. Maybe Colleen commented and it was me. Or someone, there's another Jennifer Miller out there.
There could be.
Yeah, there could be another Jennifer Miller out there. Oh no.
Yeah, so these are on the long side. They're pretty light still for
Are they
long
good?
Yeah, they're not too heavy.
My beaded bliss
like
is here. It's Kimberly. I think it's Kimberly. And we have Cindy. Hi, Cindy.
So Jen,
and I wasn't watching what I was doing. I might have just messed up my simple loop, which isn't too difficult to do.
I cut a strand. I figured it was worth sharing.
Yes.
Monumental. So I cut one of them. We'll start with that. And then I wanted to do a 3-strand bracelet with this. Maybe I'll cut more.
Oh yeah. Did the bead mix? That bead mix has pretty good spacers too, doesn't it?
I was gonna go with a seed bead. I think some of these might be a little big.
Look who joined.
Hi, Lena.
Hi, Lena.
I have some of the disco balls.
Yes.
Those
I love those.
work pretty well on there. Yeah, but I was gonna go with probably some of the seed beads in there too. So I was thinking maybe a strand more of the browns and maybe a strand more of the grays. I'll have to cut the other strand. So let me move this up. I'm like, we have all of the other glass beads taken over here on the top. I've worked my way down to the bottom where nobody can see me.
Oh, you know,
I like those. Is that? I don't know if that's too much sparkle. Lena, too much sparkle?
Is that even such thing?
Lena advises me. Like, what do you think of this?
Hi, Liz.
Hi, Liz.
She has a busy Sunday. Yes. You know what? I do too. Do you guys know what I'm going to be doing?
I might go with less sparkle today. I always tell my kids less is more.
Well, I'm going to go with some sparkle on this
Well,
end.
these have an AB coating, and they are very pretty. So I don't know that I need any more sparkle, and I think it's going to detract from them.
Oh, Lena has spoken. Never too much sparkle.
Yeah, but I don't want to detract from these beads because I think they're really actually kind of cool. So I'm afraid they're just gonna kind of blend in.
So Liz has a busy day today. What are you doing, Liz? I know you're popping on here. I am so excited to see you here. What do you got going on? Because, you know, I'm going to be, you know what I'm going to be doing after this, everybody? I'm going to try and...
asking Lena is like the sparkle queen. I like sparkle too, but
yeah,
I don't want to detract too much from those other beads. I need a 3rd strand, and I don't know what that 3rd strand is going to be, but it's going to be some of these. There are some little guys in here too.
I just love that mix. And that strand, they're not real cute, like they're not square cubes, right? Those glass ones. Or are they?
They're actually an octagon. I thought they were a rectangle, but they're more faceted if you look at it.
Wow.
So they're 8-sided facets, but they're kind of elongated. I thought they were more like a rectangle like these, but they're not. They're faceted on a number of sides. So they're actually quite interesting. I don't know that I've ever seen anything like that.
I see Rustic Dragonfly Designs has joined us. Thank you so much for joining in. We are just designing away with some JJB, Jesse James beads. beads and components. And then I'm going to switch over to mine in
Yeah,
just
do that while I sit here
a
and
second.
struggle with space or indecision. Nobody needs to watch that.
Actually, I love watching decision making because then, yeah, it's pretty good because then you see the process. And I tell you, I feel like I've learned a lot from kind of like the design as you go, just
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like I'm learning their process, like troubleshooting type thing. So, yeah. All right, look what I have here. And again, they're not perfect. I'm not a perfect simple looper, but I have 2 more to go, and then I'm going to start
They
adding
look
them.
pretty good
And
from here.
aw, thank you. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start connecting them. But see this side, my flowers, these have little flowers on them. I don't know if you're going to be able to see them, but this is the top and then this is the bottom, I think. Yes. Okay. So on this side here, I have, so I already added one. So here's, did I? No, I must have got it just backwards. Well, I'm going to start adding them like that, where the top is up there. I did this one backwards. Nope, it's going to bug me. Do you ever do that where you just know it and nobody else will know it except for you, and you still just go ahead and change it?
No, I probably just leave it at that point.
Oh, okay. So I'm very weird about that. Even if I'm the only one that's going to know, but I'm not the only one that's going to know because everybody here is going to
Because I
know.
was going to say, you just announced it to everybody
I
here.
just announced it. All right. Okay. So there's the halfway point. So the flower's right here. So now I need to start doing that. But I feel like I'm going to do like that. Okay. Because it goes like that. Yep. There we go. There we go. All right. So now I'm going to start connecting just like so. Oh, I do love it with it all being the glass beads. I didn't want to use them all, but you know, it just worked out that way. Okay, so that's what we're going to have. How's that? Jennifer, how long is it going to be? I don't know. That's a great question.
When Jennifer runs out of beads or tires of making simple loops, we'll let you
Yeah.
know.
So we'll see. So I have 2 simple loops to do. So I'll show you guys for those of you that weren't here in the beginning. Oh, Cindy says never too much sparkle. Yes, you're so right. Because you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these in a bracelet, hopefully before the end. And I have some, here's my I have a little garbage box that my friend made me, but it's not, it's supposed to be a garbage box, but I house all my seed beads in here and candy. And so, I'm going to find, ooh, no, those aren't brown. I'll find maybe these. These are little tiny guys, and I might put those in between. But I house all my stuff in here like I don't know, just whatever. But it's supposed to be a garbage box, but I cannot put garbage in there. It's too gorgeous.
It is cute.
All right. And then I keep my needles because I lose needles. And so, which I thought I had like a half a dozen, and there's only like, oh, there's only one right there. Dadgummit. All right. So I'm probably going to use those, and I'm going to do just seed bead, crystal, seed bead, crystal, seed bead, crystal. So that will probably be posted later.
That's what I'm working on.
All
I
right.
don't know if it's going to be long enough, so I may need more.
So I'm using 18 gauge craft wire soft flex. This is silver plated and this is pewter, so it's not bright silver. And I didn't forward think enough to realize I do not have pewter chain, because I was going to have half of it be chain and half of it be the glass crystals, but I was not thinking clearly. And so that is why we're doing this in all the glass crystals, because these glass beads are just absolutely stunning. Oh, and I don't like waste, and so I work from the spool a lot, which is probably not the best thing, but look, I only waste the little snippet of that I do for the flush cut. Okay, and then I'm weird. I roll backwards towards me so that I can see if it's, and so that one, of course, I haven't had to trim any of them, but I have to trim this one just a hair. There's a little bit of waste. Just have to trim it a hair, and it's going to be all wonky. Dadgummit. All right. All right. Okay, I have one more. Then I'm going to put them all together. So I will have this done before the end.
Woohoo!
Oh, Colleen says, I love a good hand beaded chain like you're doing. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Are you talking to me, Colleen, or Stacie? Because you can see Stacie on the back end too. All I see, so I'm going to tell you guys, all I see is Colleen with this big smile in the background. She just has like ear to ear smiles. And yeah, I hope you dropped your links, Miss Colleen, too, because Colleen has incredible, incredible jewelry designs, and she shares them on her YouTube channel. She has a YouTube channel. So if you haven't dropped that link yet, Colleen, you need to do that.
She had some very cool designs for St. Patrick's Day.
Incredible. And there, I mean, it's almost every video, but there's some videos that I'm like, I'm having just the worst day in the world, right? And I put on a Colleen video, and she's so funny. She cracks me up. And then we end up messaging back and forth, and it's like, no, I wish I lived in Tennessee. No, I wish that you lived in Tennessee. And then we go back and forth. I'm like, Miss Joan is in Tennessee too. All right. So I'm going to just connect. Do you want me to pull back to you? Because
sure.
All I'm doing is I'm taking 7mm jump rings. They're 7mm outside diameter, and I'm just attaching all of them. All right, so let's go back to
You're putting a jump ring in between them.
Yes, I'm putting a jump ring in between.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that can give you more space. I often just will connect them directly together if I'm doing a beaded chain, but that'll give you more length and kind of a little more spacing between. So I'm
okay,
working...
so Colleen's probably not going to show this comment, so I will right now. She's laughing in the background.
Yay! Colleen is amazing.
She is, Lori. And Tina, it is. It's all about that smile, huh? Then she's self-reporting. So I'm showing all these comments, Colleen. She's self-reporting that she needs to catch up on videos. And Liz is still here. So we're going to show off Liz. Yes, yes, yes. Evelyn's here. Hi, Evelyn.
So I'm just beading and reading comments and not putting the right beads on.
Okay. All right. I'm going to stop because I'm doing Colleen's job, but I know she won't show off the ones about her being amazing.
I know. So. I'm like, oh, I want to see what they say about Colleen. And I'm just putting on like 11 seed beads instead of the 3 that I'm supposed to be putting on here.
Well, and I'm impressed that Liz is still here too. Oh, Lena just said that she subscribed to Colleen. Yes. Woo-hoo! That is one of the best subscriptions you will ever, or one of the best channels you'll ever subscribe to. Lena, if you're ever feeling down, if you ever just need a pick-me-up, just go to her channel. Anybody.
Yes. Not only does she make beautiful pieces, but she's remarkably entertaining too.
Well said. Well said. And she's blushing really bad in the background.
Oh, I can't see her.
Yeah, she's blushing in the background.
Yeah, or she probably was watching me hunt around on the floor. I dropped a piece or half my design earlier.
Oh, yeah, she can see that.
Yeah. She called me out. Lena and I were talking recently, and I said, I always drop at least like 1 or 2 beads, if not the whole design. See if I can get these up. This mat's a little furry, so it doesn't always grab seed beads as well as I would like. Yeah, it is working. Let's see. I was aiming for about 7 inches here. Oh, look at that. So.
Did you get it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're so
I started
awesome.
with 1 seed bead and then realized I wasn't getting very far. So, what do I have today?
So I'm gonna
Beetle on
share some.
19 strands.
You what?
I have beetle on 19 strands.
Okay, perfect.
And that's my first strand. It's just 8mm seed beads, 3 of them in between each one of these hexagon cubes. I don't even know what the right word for that is. A 3-dimensional hexagon. I'll have to look that up. They're all the same. I'm fascinated. I don't know what that is. But somewhere I had my crimp beads. So I like crimp beads. Oh, my nail
So
polish. Oh, thank you.
Tina loves it.
Thank you.
So you say that you love crimp beads.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say something. So here's the deal. Everybody here that's watching, you get a well-rounded look at a lot of different products because I have a tendency, I mean, I do use German style wire too, but I'll have a tendency to use craft wire when I'm doing stuff that I know, like wire wrap loops and those types of things, because I know that I struggle. And I use crimp tubes and I use Softlex. Stacie is over there using German style wire from Beadalon beading wire. And are they Beadalon crimp tubes or crimp beads?
They are.
Yeah, see, well rounded. We are so well
So
versed here.
I personally struggled with making wrapped loops with craft wire.
Really?
It was too soft for me, and I feel like I had more control with the German style wire. That's just my opinion.
Oh.
And I don't have the magical crimper, so we don't need to start that whole conversation again today. But because I'm using just the standard Beadalon crimping pliers, it's pretty
I have
small.
those.
But if you use a crimp bead, it looks just like a little teeny tiny bead. And then I'm not a big fan of crimp covers. They're just a pain in the rear, in my opinion. I will
I
do them,
am,
but I don't
yep,
enjoy them.
I,
So I
yep.
find the finish looks pretty good. I don't know. Sometimes I find that a crimp tube. Is that the one I already did? No. Sorry, I was in the wrong jaw of the pliers. Now I'm like hooked up in there.
So I didn't know that there was a difference when I first started. And
Danielle
then
Wicks actually introduced me to crimp beads. I didn't know there was such a thing.
see, everybody gets like a well-rounded um outlook
I called her
here.
and I said, or messaged her and I said, "What do you do with a crimp bead?" And she said, "You just use it the same way." It was like nothing different. She said, "Yeah." And so I was like, "Oh," and then I used them and I'm like, they actually look nice. And sometimes if you don't put a crimp cover on a crimp tube, and I don't know, maybe if you have the magical crimping pliers, it rounds it. Sometimes there's like a little scratchy part on it when I wear it.
Ooh, so I am seeing Tina says, I'm going to show this off. Hi, Rustic. Enjoyed your video this morning. I want to go watch that. I'm going to have to go watch that. I'm pretty excited. I know what Colleen is doing now. Okay. All right, you guys, because I can see Colleen on the back end and I'm like, oh, someone's texting her. That's why she's laughing. She's not laughing because of what I just said. She's laughing because she's texting with someone, maybe it's Joan. I don't know. And
She's
come
having
to
her
find out,
whole own
she's
party
doing her
back there.
comments on her cell phone. I think she's doing the comments on her cell phone. And so I love that, Stacie.
Thanks.
That is incredible.
So I'm going to do the gray similarly on the other outside edge. And then I've got this assortment of beads, which I looked at the time will not be finished in the next 6 minutes. So Jen, I don't know if there's anything you wanted to share, or
I do
talk
have to
about
share.
things in the works.
I think Tina wanted to know how long. So I'm going to bring us back in. So I'm going to stop the solo layout. Boom. Okay, so here's my necklace.
I like that.
And so I can either just make it like that. Okay. Or I can come up probably about right here. It looks like I need to tighten some more a little bit. You can, oh no, it's probably going to go probably about right here because you have to think of the beads taking up some real estate. So that would probably, and then have a little bit of a boom. Do you have any cube beads to make a mixed strand?
I do
Oh,
actually. I could.
okay. So she's wanting some cube beads in there.
Yeah.
Lena's
Well, I think
just
she was talking
designing on the
easier,
fly.
like make a mixed strand of them too. And
Okay,
then
so
this little
Colleen,
pile here wasn't really
yeah.
brown or gray, so I pulled them aside. So maybe I make a whole mixed one over there. But yes, I do think I have enough.
Oh my goodness, she's doing double duty. Colleen is. You know, I'm just so impressed. You amaze me, Colleen. Okay, so Tina wanted to know how long this was going to be at the very end. So there's 18 plus 5, 23 inches.
That's a good length.
How's that? I'm really excited about this. And so I'm going to tell everybody this simple loop thing. I know it's taking me an hour, but simple loops are my struggle. And I'm just very happy that I was able to do that. And I used 18 gauge. And then I don't know where I got these jump rings from, but they're 7 millimeter outside diameter. And they're just amazing and incredible. If I ever figure it out, I will let you guys know. But this is what I'm going to do my other one. I'm going to do a single strand with some seed beads and these gorgeous sparkles. Oh my goodness.
You gonna turn that into a necklace?
No, I think I'm gonna do a bracelet.
Okay.
Here's the thing too.
Thank you.
Here's
Lena.
another JJB plug. I had found some leather cording that I had gotten from them, 2 millimeter, and I know that I have some natural. So I think
that
I might.
color was from one of the camps, wasn't it?
Oh, you're right.
Because I
Yes,
had that.
you're right.
It's like
I
a
have that.
seafoam green metallic,
Yes.
and I loved it.
Yes, I'm looking over here because all of my things are over here too. Though it looks like there's a bunch of my things right here too. They're kind of everywhere. I would never, if I was to do this and go like this, you guys would be like, what in the world is going on over in Jen's studio? But I think I'm going to do some leather on this one. Now, here's the deal is I had this out, this mint green, because it goes perfectly with this as well. So that's where I was kind of going. And then I changed my mind. All right. So let's bring the two of us up because Jen and Stacie will be together again. So
we will.
Yes. So we're going to be together again. Back with the Ombre Collection. I will remember, I'm going to keep my stuff off to the side so that I can get to them next time easily. But we're going to come back together on April. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm so excited.
I'm going to have to, I'll grab my, it's behind me, the bracelet. It's behind me, but it's hooked to a bunch of other bracelets too. And so it takes me a while to get it off there. But we're going to come back April 11th at 11 a.m. It's a Friday. And we are going to have Miss Stacie. Ah, look who's here. I'm so sorry, you guys, because I was just going to say, look who's here.
Hey.
It's Silver Silk and more. I'm going to be joining Silver Silk today.
Oh, cool.
I'm so excited. It's going to be at 1 p.m. my time. So I'm Pacific time. So I'm going to take the next hour to scarf some food down because I don't know if you guys could hear my stomach was growling the whole time. So I'm going to be joining Nile and Danielle at 1 p.m. Pacific time today on the Silver Silk and More YouTube channel. Then on March 31st, I am going to be joining Deb Floros and Sarah James for Magical Mystery Bead Box March edition. on April 4th. Where are you going to be at, my friend, on April 4th? Because we're going to be together again.
So we are joining on with Sam's Bead Shop, and they are having a session. I don't know who else is joining us, Jennifer. I can't remember, but we are going to be making designs with their 4th anniversary bead box, which is super cool.
Yes. So that is going to be on April 4th at Sam's Bead Shop YouTube channel. And I see Linda has joined us. Good morning, Linda, because I think it's morning, and I think it's really early too for her. She's in Australia. And it looks like Stacie will also be on a Sunday show soon.
Yes. I will be, I can't remember what day in April we decided on, but I don't know it off the top of my head, Neely. I will be on Danielle's Seed Bead Saturday, this upcoming Saturday, which is the 29th. Yeah. Sorry, I was doing math in my head. It was a little slow.
Yeah, 29th. Oh, Linda, thank you for your commitment to watching live jewelry shows. It's 6 a.m. in Australia, and she's here.
Wow.
Oh, I forgot what day too. So I'm today with Nile. You are next week with Danielle, and then sometime in April with Nile. I am someday in, I think I'm the 26th of April with Danielle. And she said, is that too far away? And I went, yeah, it's too far away. Oh,
I'm April 6th. Yeah, that's right. It is the same weekend as Sam's.
So Danielle, when we were texting each other, I was like, yeah, it is kind of too far away. I think April 26th, it's 26th or 23rd. I can't remember. It's a Saturday. And she's like, well, why can't we just do an impromptu one night during the week? So we're going to do an impromptu. Not sure when, because it's impromptu, right? It's not scheduled. And so we will be doing that as well. So Linda, be sure to go back and watch the beginning. I did simple loops. Yeah, Linda is amazing at wire working. And so she'll go, oh, Jen, no, that's not how you do it. So yeah, I was a little self-taught on the simple loops. And so because I learned wire wrap loops from Kelly Sutton at Kelly's Bead Boutique. And I don't think I've ever seen her do a simple loop, actually. And I've been watching her for 5 years now. I don't think I've ever seen her do a simple loop, and I could be wrong. But yeah, so I always just did wire wrap loops. So I kind of self-taught myself on the simple loops. But where can we find you, Stacie?
So the main place that I am is on Instagram. I'm at Stacie Rabbit. That's probably my biggest channel. But I'm also on Facebook under Stacie Rabbit Jewelry Designs, and I am slowly but surely working on a YouTube channel, which is at Stacie Rabbit as well.
Ooh, we could do lives on your channel too.
We could. That would require me to sort out all of the StreamYard, but yes, in theory we could.
So it took me a hot minute. It took a few of them and phone calls, and Linda hates simple loops. Okay, all right, cool. So Tina loves Kelly. I know, me too. And Kelly announced her retirement this week.
Oh no.
Yeah, I can't watch her lives because they're on Mondays and on Mondays and Wednesdays, I think. And I think they're going just to one live a week now. There's no date yet, but yeah, I texted her something, and she texted me back, and she said, you want to go back and watch the beginning of the live. And I think because I caught the tail end of her live, because I got home at 5 and jumped on, and it said that Kelly was live, and I caught the very tail end of her live, and so she texted me back and said, you want to go back and watch. And it was this big announcement thing, and she's talking, and I'm bawling and crying as I'm watching her, and then she starts and this, and I'm texting her, okay, I just paused it, I'm here, oh my gosh. And so it was yeah, so Tina, she is retiring, but I don't think soon. I don't know, I could be wrong. But all right, so we're going to give you guys back your day a little bit. I ran 5 minutes late. In 55 minutes, 5, jump on over to Silver Silk and More because it's going to be fun. I have no idea what I'm doing yet. Zilch. No idea. I don't even know what beads I'm working on. However, though, if Nilay's still here, he knows I have just a few beads. Just a few. So I'll get it figured out. So that's what I'm going to do in the next hour. So Stacie, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
I know we will see each other on April 4th, but we are going to see each other here on April 11th to continue with this amazing ombre collection.
Yes.
Everybody, please go check out Jessie James Beads. And also, Beads and Blooms, their workshop. I, for the very first time, used polymer clay to make clouds, and we have some dangles. So this is going to be my project. And the reason why is because it's Rain. And everybody knows my Miss Rain. If you guys don't know my Miss Rain, she is my granddaughter. I think 2 of her favorite people in the world in this beading community are Nilay Patel and Kelly Sutton. Because she was not even a year old when she first saw Nilay. And yep, there he is, Rain. Yep. She loves Nilay. I think it's also to the cowboy hat because he had the cowboy hat, but she wasn't even a year old watching.
I've never seen the cowboy hat. I'll have to go look
you know
for
what,
that.
Nilay? You need to find your cowboy hat because you need to wear it today just for a minute. I think he has a tiara.
Pop in for that.
All right, everyone. We will see you over at Silver Silk and More in 54 minutes now. Have a good one, guys. Thank you, Colleen.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Colleen.